Kobe Bryant! I'm coming! Alright, I confess, I gotta clear the air. I know I called it Circle Slick, saying when I was talking about the best courses to play in wet conditions, but I was really just referring to the cedar ties that are as erosion control around some of the tee boxes and around some of the greens. If you avoid stepping on those and the slippery rocks between holes 5 and 10, the rest of the course here at Circle C is actually one of the best rain courses here at Austin because of its rocky nature. It's got a lot of gravel kind of throughout the fairways, and the back nine does have a little bit of grass and a little bit more muddy because of that. But Circle C does play well in the rain, and it's my first ever course that I played in my disc golf journey. So it always holds a special place in my heart, and I always feel so excited to step up to T1 here. There's 2 tee pads out at Circle C. The fronts are a lot easier, at least by, I'd say 4 to 5, 6 strokes. But they still have a great, unique challenge. The par 4s and 5s on this course are so good, and the par 3s are all intricate and challenging in their own way. Excited to show you guys my introduction to disc golf and one of my top 5 courses in Austin. In case you forgot, I'm Connor O'Reilly with Team OTB Discs. This is day 8 of Vlogmas. We've been leveling up every step of the way, and we just got that huge care package from Greg, Danny, and the good people of over at OTB Discs. So we got a couple new options, still playing out of that small bag, so we're limited, but I think I have a good lineup to attack the Circle C long boxes. Hole 1 from the blue pads here at Circle C has this low ceiling off the tee, kind of taking away the high shots unless you have huge power to go Big Annie over the juniper forest on the left. There is this lone juniper with a cluster of 2 or 3 to the left of it out there in the fairway. That's really your key point on this tee shot. If you can get yourself equidistant with that and a little bit off to the right or even past it, you're going to be in great position going into the gap shot into the green. I'm going to try that OTB Open Crave for this tee shot. Just looking to flat release, drag it over to the right. Get myself right in the middle there. Kick right. Ooh, okay. Tough spot. That Crave is actually like dead straight. Kind of figuring that out as I throw it. I keep thinking it's going to drift to the right on me. So I'm going to throw one more cowboy start. That one definitely is in a birdieable position. But let's go one more. Since we're here in Austin, we got to throw the Austin local plastic. Mint times OTB times Patrick Brown Diamondback. Hopefully we don't see any Diamondbacks out here. But hopefully we throw them well. Yeah, that one's actually tailor-made for this shot. Has a little bit of drift. Comes back at the end. I like that. The Crave I thought would be less stable than that, but it's not. And it's okay. They can work together, I believe. Hole 1 at Circle C Metro might be short, but it is technical if you're left or right off the tee. This gap becomes a lot harder. You can play over the top of it, try to crash in. But from here, we're going to that fresh faith. Trying to chip it in, honestly. A little bit left, but it'll scoot up and trickle down the tiers for left side of the green. Look, got this tree in the way, but isn't really gonna block my stroke. Nice and firm. I'm kind of scared right now. Every time I putt with a good speed into the basket, I feel the trauma of my last 2 rounds. Will I get through spit out free? Or did I jinx myself? Anybody home? Hole 2 is tucked into this tight wooded gap. Only about 50 feet or 40 feet back of the short box, but quite a bit harder and a lot more specific. You don't have much ceiling to work with, so the right hand backhand is almost unplayable on this shot if you're looking for anything inside circle 1. Forehand is going to be your best option as a right hand player, and if you've played this course, it's probably inspired you to work on your forehand and at least have that 250 and in forehand that I think every player should strive to have for scrambling and very specific tee shots like this one. 215. I'm going Captain's Raptor because as soon as I cross this little creek crossing right here, I'm looking to get a nice jump up in the air, and that 9 speed hopefully will help me with it. Oh, so inside, you guys, but I somehow crept up there where I have a long putt. Early release. Squirted through the corner. Got some kind of a prayer here. Oh, the rocks in my landing there kind of were a bit worrisome. Maybe I should have gone for a skip shot with the Raptor. Oh, skipped a little too late. You know, I'm such a fan of this course that I wanted to take a par, give it a nice offering of like, hey, I come in peace, but I am here to shred. So that's your par. The rest, I'm taking bird. At only 231 feet, hole 3 is going to offer one of the narrowest, if not the narrowest, gap off the tee, kind of rivaling hole 2. Except for now, it's going to force a left to right moving shape that flattens out at the end for a right hand backhand. I'm going to go with that brand new faith, put it through the gap on turn, and let the stability fight back towards flat. You really got to play this one low, slide it up to avoid the late low ceiling. That is going to entice you if you're ace running it to flirt with, but I'm just looking for my birdie after I parred the last one. I'm looking to go low today. I can't say it enough how much I really love my Tour Series faiths for those 250 foot and in backhands. They're so great, and if you want to try one out yourself so you can find out how great they are, the description below has 3 different ways you can contact me and we can get some of these in your hand. Pink and red are the options, so limited color wise, but these are the most stable colors, so kind of lucked out. Hole 4 plays from a shared tee box, reds and blues. Everyone gets to have the same amount of fun here on this 188 footer shortest hole on the course. 2 trees right here in the middle that make you pick as a right hand player whether you play the low skip shot on the right side with a faster disc or straight at it down the left side with a slower disc like a beat up faith. You know what I'm choosing. Splitting the difference, leaking over to the right side apparently is what I'm choosing, but we have a putt. There's some windows over there between the skinny juniper trunks, and might have to go straddle, but should be pretty unobstructed other than that. As I mentioned, there's quite a bit of gaps over here, so you'll usually be able to make something happen as long as you're pin high or short of it. Anything deep does get a little bit hairy. And there is another birdie. Got 3 of them. Hole 5 is the first of 2 amazing par 5s on this track. 815 feet, the first half of it plays straight as the arrow flies with one large tree to avoid and thick woods on either side. Once you get up to that elbow that bends about 45 degrees to the right, you're going to have another form of a straight shot with some low ceiling coming in late and a rise before the basket, creating difficulty putting this one close. It is eagleable if you throw 2 amazing shots, but birdie plays really well here. Going crave off the tee since we have a little bit of headwind. And it should give me that straight flight I'm looking for if I release it flat. Ooh, held over a little more than I hoped, but I got the kiss of life off that tree, and we're in position to make something happen still. That's that local love, y'all. That's right. I'm a little bit too far right here, and I don't want to play the short chip shot, so I'm going to get a little bit aggressive. Play this diamond back on a steep, high turning angle. Try to flatten out back towards the fairway. That's going to turn into a roller. And it's definitely cutting to the left edge. Hopefully I got lucky and I have some kind of lean out forehand. We'll see. A huge thanks is in order to everyone who has beautified this green over the years. Matt Papa, Josh Rippey, Dan Mueller, the whole crew that would come out here for weeks on end and work on Circle C right after COVID. And this green has never looked better, truly. And now it has that erosion control. And it's a difficult upshot though. Not really sure what I want. I feel like forehand zone is probably my best option unless I want to just spike one in. But I think I'm going to go zone. Forehand kind of straight at it. Skip left. Okay, got up top, maintained that hyzer angle, actually finally released the zone with some decent freaking spin and not just wobbling like a dead duck. So that's how it flies like. Okay, got up into circle one on the high side here. Always feels good to be up on the top tier, putting for birdie. There it is, starting to find the stroke with them steadies. 4 down through 5, don't hate it. As we got to the teeing area, Megan said my nemesis hole, and I think a lot of people who have played Circle C feel the same way. Hole 6 is a par 4 that bends drastically to the left up there at the corner. 2 options off the tee from this long box. That straight shot for the right hand backhand, or I guess for the left hand player, kinda, not really. Left hand player is most likely going to be taking a hyzer down this left side of something stable, trying to skip it over to the right. Forehand players will also go for that. I like attacking this straight shot down the right side here. If you're anywhere short of the corner, this hole will single-handedly teach you how to throw a forehand roller like it did for me and many other players. Like you're likely going to have to throw 2 here on some occasions. I'm just going to throw MD3 though, try to hit this gap, go from there. The trick is you can't really see it until your last step, so you got to be focused. All right, that slid up to the corner. Should be doable from there. Pretty ideal spot here. Obviously, if you could be 2 paces to the right, it'd be perfect. I'm gonna go color shift zone, Annie forehand through the twin towers here. Big boy junipers. Key is you gotta get this one kind of close to the basket. You can't just slide it up because there's a bit of a rock field from like 80 feet short to about 20 feet short. So anything in there, not consistent ground play. Whew. Little touchy, but that tiny bit of right to left slope kind of gathered my skip there. Circle 1 putt for the birdie on the nemesis. Gotta go straddle, not only due to this oak tree, but because of the juniper trunk in the way. Oh my God. I told you guys it was kind of in the way. I hit it and then hit the chains. Wow. Squandered a pretty simple birdie look here on a tough hole that doesn't give them up easy. Hurts the soul. Hole 7, shaped like the number of the hole that it is. Out straight. Bends off to the left. You kind of need to rely on some ground play here unless you just play the perfect nose up, hyzering shot as a right hand player. I like to go a little bit faster than you need for the 225 distance. Going cap wrap here. Nice firm fan grip just to make sure I don't put too much speed on this one. That one, if it skips well, oh, one day I will ace this hole. One day. We'll find out how close that one was when we see it. I guess I don't know this hole as well as I thought, but it wasn't that short, you know. It was right here. Low ceiling, framed up putt. There's a lot of framed up putts out here at Slaughter Creek. And we're going to slaughter the course from here on out. I never realized how beautiful the trunk of this tree up on the flat rock shelf was until looking at it from down there. It's a cool one. Circle C is really a beautiful course, and if you've never tried it, you got to give it a shot. But maybe don't bring your favorite DX baseline plastic. Bump up, play the skip, play the slide on holes 5 through 10 with your premiums. Hole 8 is a downhill 290-foot par 3. Right here, 7 through 10, we have a stretch of 4 straight par 3s playing along this rocky hillside, or a little ridge, if you will. A little bit of a low ceiling out of the gap here. Gives a little bit of height in the middle there, and then it kind of tightens back down towards the end. One big tree to beat there. It looks like it might be struggling. Hopefully that tree is doing all right and it just lost its leaves for winter. But definitely the defining feature of this fairway is throwing it at that tree, getting it to fade right in front with your OTB Ace Elixir color shift zone. All right, we're ready. If I can get some, oh, don't tell me. I hit the tree trunk. The one that I tell you got to throw at and then fade in front. Where was the fade? Threw it a little bit too strong, a little bit too nose down, I guess. It was good though. Caught the poor dead tree trunk, it appears to be. And this is a good case to like kind of talk about if we want to keep key trees on certain courses, maybe it's good to do like how they do in a lot of European courses and just build a little bit of a wooden wall on the front side so that the discs come in and hit those boards instead of hitting the tree. I know it creates a little bit more unnatural kicks because it kind of kicks straight back instead, but it does preserve these trees' life and keeps the hole gooder for longer. Downhill, C2, perched up on this big flat rock. Fade, buddy. Oh, online the whole way. Just a skosh low. Dang it, we were so close. A little bit more height. I think my disc could have faded right in front of that tree, and it would have been money. Hole 9. Tunnel shot up the hill. One of the signature holes out here at Circle C. The basket's right there in front of you. Tantalizingly close, but with the steady elevation gain, probably 30 plus feet from tee to green, and the gap going at least for the first half of the hole, keeping you straight and narrow. This one proves to be a little more difficult than most shots in the 240-foot range. If you have a good forehand as a right-hand player, I feel like it's a little bit easier to hit the gap. I'm going to go with that color shift zone here. Just try to ace run it. That's the goal. Make sure you get up top. It's a little too much hyzer, you guys, but that one was close. If I could have flattened it out, I think we might have heard a little ding-a-ling. Just long, but fortunately not too far long where you got to get down on the knees back in the canopy there. Always love birdie on hole 9. It's a fun hole. I forgot that with the new tee signage that got redone, they do show you the elevation drop on the hole, so thank you, Megan, for reminding me of that. 30 to 40 feet up on the last hole. Same thing, but down here on hole 10. 280 back 9. Beautiful oak trunk shaping this archway down the hill. This is one of my favorite aces I've ever had. Got this one a couple times. Let's see if we can do it again with the faith here. Oh, you guys, too flat on it. One more for fun. We'll go with the seasoned faith on more of a hyzer flip line instead of going for the flat line there. Maybe this is what I should have done. No, that one's a little too flippy. Got down there better than the other one, but just because I didn't throw the other one right. Got this straddle window to the left, helping me avoid the low-hanging branch here. See if we can give this one a go. Way left. Settle down. Okay. We'll just move on with our par here, and we'll be okay with it. Because got to do your work off the tee on hole 10. All right, a little bit of a forced straddle due to the low branches here. So far, the chains at Circle C like me, and I've always loved them for introducing me to this beautiful game. Not only as my first course I ever played, but the first course I won a pro event on, so pretty cool. Got great memories at Circle C. From the short tee here on hole 11, it's all fun. I got the mullet out, I'm ripping it over the top, trying to wow everybody in attendance. And from the long tee, it's just business. You just play through the gap, fade left, try to keep yourself in the fairway here to give yourself one of the longer approaches on the course on a par 4. Really love how hole 11 plays. Cap wrap off the tee here just to avoid the wall of trees late and to make sure that I get the fade I'm looking for with a mild skip. Oh, those gravelly feet kind of bothered me a bit as I was crunching up on the tee, and yeah, let it pull my focus. Now we got a par scramble opportunity. Now that I am so short in the fairway, I kind of get to throw the over-the-top shot that I throw off the short tee. I'm going to go with this Nate Doss Paul Macbeth collab Force from Discraft. TI plastic. Feels pretty stiff. Hoping it's going to be really overstable. We're about to find out. Definitely seems to be holding that hyzer quite well. And I cleared out to the open. Short approach from there. We'll have some tricky options in though. Short approach here, but I have this bunker of trees in the way, forcing me to go to the skies. Spike hyzer, color shift, OTB zone. Nice and soft. Dunked it into circle 1. Wipe that mud off our nice, pretty and pink force, and you're ready to throw it again, possibly off the top of the hill on the next hole. It's good to see the basket intact here on hole 11. Over the years, there's been all kinds of bass cage on the ground, mower hits the thing, and the weldings never really got redone. But now we got a nice new bottom of the basket, it looks like, so we shouldn't have that problem here. Boom, banged it in for the par save. Hole 11, don't play around from the long boxes. You really got to throw 2 great shots to score birdie. If not, par feels fine. We're going to do our whole breakdown of hole 12 from the short box right here, 450 footer with a good chance at eagle. Pick your side on this oak, left or right. And if you're just going for the birdie, you just got to get past this first canopy to have a manageable approach in finishing on the left tree line. I'm going to go up the hill though, here to the right, about 150 feet. Play the long box, which is I think around 560 feet or so. Still eagleable. I've put it long from the long box before, so I've always kind of dreamt of acing hole 12. It's one of those aceable par 4s for the big arms out here, and one of the more fun holes to play in my opinion. So we're gonna put Megan here in the fairway at the swing point. Y'all are gonna see the disc bombing in over the top. It's good to get a wind read before you go up the hill here, and it looks like it's kind of coming at her face, so I'm gonna have to give it some height, give it some turn, give it time to fight. Kobe Bryant from the Lakers. Now that's paper. Not sure if y'all can hear me or not, but here goes nothing. Oh no! Kobe Bryant! I'm coming! Got bodied. Honestly, not the worst scenario. I can still dream up some kind of birdie if I can get this forehand cut roller to get me somewhere close. Cap wrap, forehand cut roll. Come on. Stand up. Stand up. Oh no. Might be a physics genius, but I might have miscalculated as well. So you do the math there. After absolutely shanking that drive, having a birdie look, pretty exciting. Drop. What? Okay, guys gotta. I forgot how to talk because I hate that so much. I just gotta want it, I guess. Good news is that one didn't hit the chains hard enough to be considered part of the spit out saga here for Vlogmas 2024. It was just a glance off. But the bad news is we had to take a par because of it. Either way, the way that drive looked and felt, I'm happy with it. Another chapter in the stroll down memory lane here. My 10th ever ace happened on my birthday, October 10th ace. Disc golf gods provided. And it was actually with this same disc, an MD3 and S-line plastic. So let's see if this C-line MD3 Iron Samurai gets the job done here on 13. 304 feet, dead straight. Essentially a tunnel shot with a little bit of width. Oh, squeaked over the little crossbar, leaked it right, but that MD3 has a bit of integrity, faded back at the very end. Circle one edge look, let's go. Iron Samurai bringing the fight of a true warrior into this headwind. I do have the one elm tree blocking me though, so I'm gonna have to do a splits putt here. Right to left wind. Woo! Squeaked that one in. This pesky tree is exactly pin high, so don't be exactly pin high here if you're gonna miss right. In honor of the snaking nature of hole 14, 610-foot par 4 that's actually dead straight ahead. You can see it there, but the fairway requires you to move the disc a little bit off that straight line, starting with a left to right shape followed by a right to left shape into the green. I love that it forces two different shot shapes here on this hole. And yeah, we're going with that Diamondback for the snaking 14th. Hate it. Missed so far right. If you miss far enough right, you can actually make something happen. So we're gonna pray that we found some kind of thin gap over there. Out of position, but there's some airway to work with here. I'm gonna throw a massive anhyzer with the crave. Try to give ourselves a save here. Crave save. Wow, you guys, that was a pretty amazing shot. We might have a circle one putt even. Check it out. You just clip the tops of these trees coming back on Annie. Shallow C2 look here. You gotta give it some height, buddy. That was literally the line you needed. Don't get mad, get better. Awful tee shot to even have a look for birdie on the last 2 of 3 holes. I threw bad tee shots. It's a good place to be. I truly am a local, I guess. Now that I think about it though, I guess I truly am as local as it gets. I grew up right down the street and I've played this course more than any course I've ever played. This is one of those holes, like hole 2, really advantageous to have a right hand forehand. You have some ceiling to work the backhand here. Also sets up for that lefty hyzer. I'm gonna go cap wrap forehand. This one's a good ace opportunity. Try to give it some juice, get the skip. So much juice. Too strong. My hand's getting a little dry there. Not trusting the grip. Color shift zone, try to skip one in on forehand here. Jump straight. Oh, well, now I'm gonna have a pretty tough putt to make, but I was trying to skip it in, and that's the risk you run. Wow. Apparently touch shots with the cap wrap are not my thing. Honestly, can't tell you if I've ever been back on this bike trail. I've played this course 400 times, but new day, new way. You know how they say. And one, grass. Oh. Womp womp. Bye bye, bogey free. It was nice knowing you. I was enjoying it. At 609 feet off the tee to the green. 16 allows you to stretch your arm a bit. Play a big high hyzer over this short stand of oaks up here on the right. Fading it left of the island of trees in the middle of the split fairway here is my preferred play. Right side, I think it's kind of the sucker fairway, at least from the long box. Unless you're a lefty, then I think it's okay to be putting yourself kind of with a short shot down the left, or if you pure your shot, getting into that right side. As a right-hand player, you're gonna go Kobe Bryant, cloud breaker, hyzer flip up the gut. A little soft in my feet because of the mud here. And I hit one of the tree trunks that is on the corner. I think I'm gonna have some kind of forehand in, and yeah, look at that. That's hard to trust. Don't really love that forehand option. So I'm thinking Nate Doss, Paul Macbeth force up over the top here. I'm gonna take my disc flip so I don't have to tee off of these slippery rocks. Give myself a little more room up there. At least throw out of the muck. Not much room to run up. Gonna have to get a lot of force out of the core here. Ah. Oh yeah, up there, left side of circle one. Might even be in circle one. I think I might just be outside of it. But we have a window, we have an opportunity for a birdie. Circle two, this tree isn't quite blocking me with my preferred slight hyzer putt. Oh, we hear a doggy. Fade, nope. A little soft, you know, stage fright in front of the gallery. It's on me. In for par here. A little bit pinched off on that second shot there, so not too mad at it. 2 holes to finish strong here. 17 bends from the right to the left and slightly drops in elevation after the midpoint of the hole, with a little bit of a cliff edge on the left of the green here, only at bullseye's edge. I'm gonna go Iron Samurai MD3 on quite a bit of hyzer. Quite a bit too much hyzer. I think I might have squeaked through the trees that are early left though. Might have an open putt from about 40, we'll see. Snuck into circle one through the false inside gap. There we go. Got a birdie. One more hole to go, and it might be my favorite. Hole 18, incredible par 5. One of the best holes in all of Austin, in my opinion. Big horseshoe shaping hole. Basket finishes maybe 45 degrees left of the tee direction. First shot is a straight shot. Play it underneath that beautiful arcing canopy of the oak tree out there. Anything past that might be a little bit too long. Anything short of that, you're in trouble. So get it there, put it there with the disc that you know will stop at that distance. MD3 for me. After that, it's going to be a hyzer shot in, and then another beautiful straight tunnel across the creek. Might even be a little bit of, might be a puddle in the creek right now, which, you know, that gets me going. Iron Samurai. Slightly overturned, but that thing has amazing stability. Fought back to left edge just past the crescent oak trunk, and that is prime time. Two options from this position. Straight shot with a heavy skip at the end, playing it low to the mouth or just into the mouth of that last tunnel. Or you can go to the skies, crash a high hyzer like I'm about to with this force. I'm just gonna send it as far left as I can. Hopefully the bright pink color will help us find it. But also I feel like I can put it in the creek bed from here. Let's see what we got. Oh, lift, buddy. Lift a million times 12. That's gonna be, I think, pushing the right side of that final tunnel, but it could have hit hard ground by the sound of it. We'll see. Beautiful placement here. Found the gap. We have 2% battery, so if we don't get all the way through, I love you guys. We'll miss y'all till tomorrow. I appreciate y'all watching. Let's try to toss in the faith for 3. This would be legendary. With the battery dying, fade, faith. Ooh, didn't fade. Right back there for the birdie look though. That is gonna be a wrap for day 8 of Vlogmas. Feel pretty good about that round with only a shoulder bag of discs. At a pretty decently tough track at Circle C Blues. I'm Connor O'Reilly for OTB Discs. You are awesome people watching these videos. We appreciate y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you tomorrow.